Gen Z is facing a health crisis, one that's rarely talked about but affects millions. While the world is more connected than ever, many young people are feeling more lonely and disconnected. In fact, studies show that 40% of Gen Z feels lonely almost every day. And it's not just about being single. It's about the struggle to form meaningful relationships in a world that moves fast and is full of distractions. Here's a shocking fact: 1 in 3 Gen Z members say they don't trust their peers when it comes to relationships. This lack of trust is just one piece of a much bigger puzzle, and it's impacting their mental and emotional health. If you think dating apps are the solution, think again. While they might help you meet people, they also leave 60% of users feeling more disconnected. In this video, we'll dive deep into why Gen Z is facing this love crisis and explore how the digital world is making it harder to connect emotionally. We'll also share proven strategies to help break free from these toxic cycles and build healthier, happier relationships. Stick around as we explore how to reconnect with yourself, others, and the world around you. Chapter 1: Ghosting to Genuine Connections. The love crisis. Gen Z is facing a love crisis that many older generations simply don't understand. The rise of social media and dating apps has introduced a new type of relationship, one that can be exciting but also deeply confusing. One moment, you're getting to know someone, and the next, they vanish without a trace. This phenomenon is known as ghosting, and it's become a standard part of dating for Gen Z. According to a 2023 study by Pew Research, over 60% of Gen Z dating app users have experienced ghosting. While it might seem harmless, ghosting has a lasting emotional impact. It can cause feelings of rejection and insecurity, leading to an inability to trust others. And without trust, how can any relationship grow into something meaningful? Strategy: how to overcome ghosting. To combat the emotional toll of ghosting, start by focusing on building genuine connections. Don't rely on apps to determine your worth. Try meeting people in person or through activities you're passionate about. Studies show that face-to-face interactions lead to stronger, more authentic connections. Focus on getting to know someone deeply, beyond just their online profile. Remember, real relationships take time. Patience is key. Set boundaries early on and communicate openly. Instead of fearing rejection, embrace vulnerability. Vulnerability is not weakness, it's the key to true intimacy. Chapter 2: Swipe Left on Happiness. The social media love illusion. Social media has drastically altered how we see love and relationships. TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat are flooded with relationship goals, perfect vacations, and flawless date nights. But behind those glowing filters is a world of unrealistic expectations. According to a study by the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, 70% of young people admit to comparing their relationships to those they see online. This constant comparison isn't just unhealthy, it's toxic. The pressure to live up to these idealized versions of love can lead to self-doubt, anxiety, and dissatisfaction with one's own relationships. Worse, when Gen Z sees other people constantly winning at love, they start to feel like they're falling behind. Strategy: focusing on realistic love. To avoid the trap of comparison, focus on your own relationship, not others. Social media often presents a version of reality that's far from authentic. Unfollow accounts that leave you feeling insecure or inadequate. Instead, curate your feed with positive content that promotes self-love and real connection. Additionally, practice gratitude in your relationships. Instead of constantly wishing for something more, take time to appreciate the good things you already have. Gratitude is scientifically proven to boost happiness and reduce feelings of envy. A 2019 study by Harvard Health found that expressing gratitude on a daily basis can significantly improve overall well-being. Chapter 3: Mind over Matter. Self-love versus social pressure. The idea that being in a relationship defines your happiness is one of the most dangerous myths Gen Z faces. It's easy to get caught up in the notion that you need someone else to feel complete. But real happiness starts with self-love, not a partner. Unfortunately, social media and even society at large often tell us otherwise. A 2018 report from the American Psychological Association revealed that 40% of young adults feel an overwhelming pressure to be in a relationship. This constant messaging can make single people feel inadequate, while those in relationships feel like they're constantly being judged on their relationship status. Strategy: cultivate self-love. The first step in rejecting this pressure is learning to love yourself. Practice self-care rituals like journaling, exercising, or spending time in nature. A strong sense of self-worth is essential for being in a healthy relationship. Remember, you are complete on your own. As the late author and psychologist M. Scott Peck once said, "You are lovable because you are a human being, not because of anything you do." Building self-love isn't just a buzzword, it's a proven strategy for improving your overall happiness. By focusing on personal growth, you become more attractive to others, not just physically, but emotionally. People are drawn to individuals who are comfortable with who they are. Whether you're single or in a relationship, your happiness should never depend solely on someone else's validation. It's about finding peace within yourself first. If you're enjoying these tips, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more insights and practical advice on improving your relationships and mental well-being. Chapter 4: Digital Detox for the Heart, Disconnecting to Reconnect. It's no surprise that Gen Z spends a large part of their day online. In fact, a 2022 study from Pew Research found that 95% of Gen Z are active on social media, spending an average of 3 to 4 hours per day scrolling through feeds. While social media is a great tool for staying connected, it also has a dark side. Constantly being online can overwhelm the mind, negatively impact mental health, and strain relationships. One of the most significant impacts is the decline in the quality of face-to-face interactions. People are often more focused on their screens than on the person sitting across from them. This digital distraction makes it harder to connect emotionally with others and can create a sense of loneliness, even when surrounded by people. Strategy: take time for a digital detox. To restore balance, consider a digital detox. Set specific times during the day to turn off your phone and engage in real-life activities. Studies show that people who take regular breaks from social media report lower levels of anxiety and increased emotional well-being. In fact, a 2021 study by the University of Pennsylvania found that participants who cut their social media use to 30 minutes per day reported a 50% reduction in feelings of loneliness and depression. But it's not just about cutting back on screen time, it's about reconnecting with the real world. Plan activities that encourage physical connection, like hiking, cooking together, or volunteering. These activities don't just promote healthier relationships, they also create long-lasting memories that deepen emotional bonds. Chapter 5: Toxic Trends, Love Addiction and Emotional Burnout. We've all heard of love at first sight, but for Gen Z, there's a growing problem with the idea of love addiction. With the constant pursuit of romantic validation, young people often fall into unhealthy cycles of emotional dependency. This isn't love, it's an emotional burnout that can feel exhausting. A report from the National Institute on Drug Abuse states that love addiction shares some similar patterns with substance abuse, an obsessive need for emotional highs, neglecting self-care, and sacrificing personal boundaries. Gen Z's need for instant emotional gratification, fueled by the fast pace of digital relationships, can make it easy to get caught up in this unhealthy cycle. Strategy: building healthy emotional boundaries. To break free from emotional burnout, set clear boundaries in your relationships. Learn how to say no when something feels wrong, and don't ignore your needs for the sake of pleasing others. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect, trust, and understanding, not on emotional manipulation or neglect. Moreover, try practicing mindfulness. Focusing on the present moment can help you detach from the obsessive thinking that often leads to emotional burnout. Dr. John Gottman, a well-known relationship expert, says, "The secret to a healthy relationship is not just love, but emotional stability." By creating emotional stability in your life, you can prevent burnout and build lasting connections. Chapter 6: Healing Hearts, Building a Healthy Future of Love. Gen Z is at a crossroads. While they face unprecedented challenges in love, there's also a silver lining. Many are learning how to cultivate healthier relationships and prioritize their emotional well-being. A key element in this shift is emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and embrace love in a healthy, balanced way. The good news is that emotional resilience isn't just a buzzword, it's a skill you can develop. According to Psychology Today, Emotional resilience helps individuals maintain a sense of hope, even in tough situations. In relationships, this means being able to handle disagreements, disappointments, and setbacks without giving up or turning to unhealthy coping mechanisms. Strategy: focusing on growth and communication. Building a healthy future of love begins with growth. Invest in learning how to communicate effectively with your partner. Good communication is key to understanding each other's needs, resolving conflicts, and building deeper intimacy. A study from the Journal of Marriage and Family found that couples who communicate openly and honestly are more likely to have lasting, fulfilling relationships. Another strategy is to focus on your own personal development. Work on being the best version of yourself, whether through education, personal goals, or hobbies. The stronger you become as an individual, the more you'll contribute to a positive and healthy relationship dynamic. Dr. Gary Chapman, author of The 5 Love Languages, emphasizes that love is a choice and a commitment to growth. It's not just about finding someone to love, it's about becoming a partner worth loving. Finally, embrace forgiveness. Holding on to grudges can destroy relationships. According to Dr. Laura Berman, a renowned relationship therapist, forgiveness is not just for the other person, it's for you. Letting go of resentment and focusing on healing allows both partners to move forward together, stronger and more connected. If you found these strategies helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest videos on building healthier relationships and improving your mental well-being.